You don't get gentle. Hi Peach. Hope you're well cutie, just stopping by for my resub and gotta head back to work. I'll let you jiggle. Peachuri point, Peachuri point.
Hi. Why was my mic on already? Need music. Yeah, it's really basic. Grass. But it's good. I like it. Am I sharing my soup now? Right here, though. Good. My stomach already feels a little better, actually. Hi, welcome in. Hey. Stop doing that. Let's say hi to people, and I'll tell you guys about how crazy life has been recently. Oh, JLab got first place, which they were very shocked about. And then Gallows got second, and Nice Kiwi got third. Hello, David. Hello, Quantum. Hello, Gallows. Hello, Debo. Hello, Neon. Hello, Orang. Moose, thank you for the 26 months. Appreciate it. Hello, Nice Kiwi. Hi, JLab. Hi, B. Hi, Tank. Space, thank you for the 14 months. Hope you have a good day at work. Hello, Space. Hello, Storm. Thallison, the autistic. Welcome, my people. Arg, thank you for the 7 months. Thank you guys for the hype train. Hello, Arg. Hello, Finny. Skywars, thank you for the follow. Hello, Native. Hello, Ian. Hello, Leather. And hi, War Dog. Yesterday, I got fisted by my midwife. So I was really tired afterwards. What? I was just slurping a noodle. Bye, Moose. Have a good day. She finger blasted me and then told me that I have a normal pelvis and uterus, which is honestly, I feel like trying to rizz me up. The next time you guys finger somebody, tell them they have a normal pelvis. So that's crazy, JLab. It was quite weird. I wasn't expecting a surprise pap smear. So she surprised me with a pap smear, a finger blasting, and then she's like, yeah, we're gonna listen to the baby's heartbeat. But we couldn't hear the baby's heartbeat for like 7 minutes, so we were all like in like a sweaty panic. Cause that's kind of scary, you know? And she's like, I'm gonna have us do an ultrasound real quickly. And I was like, okay. So she's like, put your pants back on. Bro, Mike Cooter was just out for a long time. So put your pants back on, and I did. And then she's like, I'll come get you when the ultrasound's ready. And then so I went into the ultrasound, and the baby was like dancing. It was literally like headbanging, and you could like see the heartbeat. It had a heartbeat of like 160 or something. So it was fine. It's just too early to hear it like on a Doppler, I guess. So I had to go back in 2 weeks for them to try again, I guess. I don't know. So I can hear it. Hi, Neon. And then I was supposed to get blood work today, but they didn't have the tube I needed. I already complained about this in Discord, so I'm sorry if you're hearing it again. They didn't have the tube I needed, so, well, I got there, and then first, they were closed for lunch. Rough, because I was on lunch as well. So I realized I hadn't eaten anything, and my blood sugar was really low, and so I was like shaking, like my knees, my hands were shaking, and I could like feel my whole body shaking. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get some food, because I don't want to like go in with low blood sugar and then have them take mini vials of my blood and then pass out or something. And so I went to Burger King and I got a junior Whopper or whatever. And then I ate it, and then I waited until a little after 1 because I didn't want to be obnoxious and walk in the second they opened the door. And then I signed in, and it took a really long time, and they were like, oh, we actually don't have that tube, so you got to come back next week. And I was like, exactly. I agree. So next week we got to do it. Not excited. And my favorite manager put in there 2 weeks, which apparently she's only staying for 1 week. I don't know the story behind that, but I'm sad. I cried. Hi, Huncho. Other than that, we have to start getting the nursery ready, and we're gonna start getting the nursery ready after off-kai. But we already got a decent amount of stuff. You guys got some stuff off the throne wish list, and some of our family got stuff. So, baby's gonna have everything it needs. Hi, Fort. I did get my bill for my transvaginal ultrasound, and I was really sad. It was almost $200 after insurance. So that's fun. What else? I've been rewatching Gossip Girl because all I do is lay on the couch because I'm literally so tired. Also, I don't know if I said hi, Fort, but hello, Fort. How are you doing? I literally just like lay on the couch basically like almost all day. I'm not gonna lie because I'm so tired. And then around like 11 ish Eastern Standard Time, I start to get like really nauseous. So I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming today. I'm trying to get them to give me like a patch version of Zofran, which you just like stick it on your body and it just kind of like throughout the day is like transdermal, you know? But every time I ask for it, they suggest something else. So I asked for it again and they're like, we can give you one that dissolves under your tongue. And I'm like, bro. Because I've been taking like Unisom and B6, which are over the counter, so it's not like a big thing. And it helps a lot, but like it just wears off around, like I said, like 10 to 11 o'clock normally. And then like I start like throwing up and stuff. And like it makes you sleep and tired. So it's not like I can just like take it again in the middle of the day because then I'll just fall asleep, you know? But now whenever I try to swallow the pill, I start throwing up. I don't know why. I've never had an issue with swallowing before. But for some reason, the pills, when I start to swallow them, I can't swallow them. And so they get stuck in my mouth and then I'm like gagging on it. And it's like the taste is so gross. So then I like start like gagging. I also threw up washing the dishes the other day, which is really unfortunate. Oh, well, I'll say hi again. I have mom brain. Oh, I want another one of those mushrooms. Where is it? Yeah, all I know is this is one and done. Never again. I actually am considering if they do a C-section, I'm going to tell them to tie my tubes. Like, I don't think I would wish this on my greatest enemy. Actually, that's a lie. There is one person I would wish this. Two people I would wish this on. But I don't know them personally. I'm not going to get into specifics. But but I wouldn't wish this on most people. Bro, every time I slurp up a noodle, it makes me do that face. I wish you get pregnant. No, I wish they're like throwing up and they're miserable and they're tired. I'm starting to get like really extra hormonal. I'm just starting to be mad. I'm just feeling mad a lot. Maury came home last night from dropping off or from like driving his coworker home, and I fell asleep already. Like I was sleeping, and he was like, "Oh my god, you're sleeping." And I was just like, and he's like, "What? I'm not saying anything. I was just pointing it out." And I was like, I was so mad. I was like, I'm literally growing a human body inside my body. Like, it's growing fingernails and shit right now. Like, I'm tired. So, yeah, I'm starting to just be, like, mad. And I'm scared I'm gonna start, like, taking it out on people. So, if I'm a little bitchy, no, there's no ill intent behind it. It's just the hormones. It's just the baby. Ask the baby about it in December. Um, It's not intentional. There really is a lot of rage in me. Like, my hormones are crazy right now. My stomach's starting to get like really round. She's like, when she was fingering me, that's crazy. Hold on. When she was like checking my like pelvis exam and stuff, she was like, she was like, she was like, she's like, oh yeah, I feel your uterus getting bigger. She's like, oh yeah, your uterus is definitely getting bigger. She's like, did you notice? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fucking round. Like from this, like top of my coochie to like, like to my belly button is like getting like round. I'm getting a fupa. Hi, Kiwi. No, unfortunately. Oh my god, today I was craving chili dogs with onion. Hi, Ara. So I ordered it off DoorDash, but they delivered 3 orders before me, so by the time it got to me, it was just mush. I had a mushy ass chili dog. Stop. I'm thinking about the mushy the bun. Oh my god, it was so mushy. I had to take out the hot dog from the middle and just eat it with like whatever stayed on top, you know? I got it from Skyline Chili. I never had it before. But I also got their funnel fries and those slapped. I don't really have any weird cravings. I just like crave things. Like I'll just be sitting there and I'm like, oh my god. I need this right now. Most of the day I'm just putting stuff in my DoorDash cart and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna order this later. But then I'll change my mind and I'll get something else. Like today I was putting Jersey Mike's, they're like portobello. It's like a cooked sub or hot sub. Portobello mushroom chicken steak something. That's what I was originally gonna get. But then I saw a TikTok of a chili dog. I was like, oh my god. A fucking chili dog would go so hard right now. It did not, by the way. Maybe he didn't have like 100 deliveries before me. What else did I crave recently? This salad, this like almond salad, or not almond, walnut, apple walnut salad. And I don't really crave sauerkraut anymore. Oh my god, Maury came home with this hot chocolate or hot cocoa with some, he puts a little bit of the hi Jordan. He puts a little bit of the French vanilla coffee on the top. Oh my god. I was so mad that he didn't get me one. He didn't know I'd want one. I didn't know I wanted one. Basically, whenever he walks in with something, I'm interested in it. It piques my interest. So I asked him tonight to bring me one. I kept drinking most of it. I felt like I was craving something a lot. Who's freaking around out there? Cats are freaking around. I was craving McChickens again for a hot minute, but not anymore. Oh, sweet gherkins. Ah, sweet gherkins. I ate a whole, like, 12-ounce thing of sweet gherkins in, like, 2 days. It's those little pickles that are, like, sweet, you know? I could go for some of those right now. I don't have any though. Yeah, I love them. But they're all gone. So yeah, I haven't done any like weird cravings of people who are like peanut butter and jelly on egg or anything like that. So nothing weird cravings, just random cravings. Hi, Hawk. Oh, it's okay. I haven't streamed in so long. Hi, Chew. Thank you for the 20 months. What are we going to be craving tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeehaw.
La-boo-boos. Good night, Chew. Chew, we need Ivy Handler 24 hours of the day. But you know. She's going through it right now. They're all so clingy. I can't catch a break. They're so clingy that even Bailey is staying out in the living room when I sleep in the living room. And then the other cats harass Bailey, so then she starts throwing up everywhere, and then I have to clean up her throw up, and then I start throwing up because I'm cleaning up throw up. Tiger, hi! Thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. How have you been? Ivy wants to make biscuits on my uterus. Oh, here she is. Speaking of Ivy. Ivy, say hi to Chew. He's going to see. He's going to see. Oh, she's grunting. Oh, God. Are you out of breath? And Parker wants to keep sleeping under the blanket with me. And then Emmy just wants to be in my face 24/7. She left already. She was grunting. Like, when I picked her up, I was like, girl. I'm really hoping her and the baby become literal besties. I feel like she's gonna like the baby because like like babies don't really like do a whole lot except cry. So I think she's gonna like that it just like sleeps a lot. And she doesn't really seem to care about loud noises. I think she'll be scared at first because it's something new. I'm gonna let my mom be in the room when I give birth. And Maury, of course. But I was like, Mom, please don't look at my cooter cat. Mama, but it's true. I'm gonna have sleep offs with the baby. My mom's like, girl, I changed her diaper. I've seen it before. I'm like, yeah, but now it's adult. That's weird. Kind of creeps me out. Thank you, Tiger. Hope you've been well, cutie. Quantum, that's crazy. That's insane. That was the really unhinged thing to say. I mean, you're not wrong, but that's crazy. Hi, Fallon. Oh. Okay, good night, Chew. Sleep well. Hi, Vladik. I'm okay. Getting real round. Oh, I'm getting real round. And I didn't poop for like 2 days, but I did poop today finally. I think that's really all that happened. My sister's baby shower is in July, I think. Hi, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for the congrats on the poop. Oh my god. Oh shit. I think I'm gonna do my, oh, my voice is cracked. Okay, so I wanted to do mine in September, I think. Before we go to one of the, like, the second music festival, just because, like, I'm gonna get so big. I'm gonna be so tired. Like, I don't want to be miserable for it, you know? And if you wait too long, you're just like big and miserable. La boo la la boo la boo la boo la. Hi Philip. I don't know if I said that already, but hello, hello. So I don't want to like wait too long and then be like miserable for it. I want to still enjoy it. But then like but then like how would I do that? What is the logistics of that? But then like so it's like Maury's birthday on September 11th. And then on like so I was thinking maybe September 13th because then the following weekend we're going out of state to go to a festival and I'm going to be tired and exhausted. Maybe we could wait until like after that. So I was like, well, then we could do it in October. Maybe October 13th. When's that? May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, never mind. That's a Monday. Like October 11th. That's like a weekend after my sister's birthday. I was gonna make it October and make it brunch themed. Cause I have any excuse to eat breakfast stuff. I'm interested. Plus, my mom's second marriage was on Halloween, and it was like Halloween themed, and I felt like it was cursed. It was a cursed marriage, you know. I'm kind of scared. Oh, October would be fun, and it would be like cooler. I wouldn't be as sweaty. Maybe we'll do October, November. Oh well, that's only 2 months before I give birth. Wait, no, wait. My sister's baby shower is in June, I think. She's doing her baby shower 1 month before she gives birth. Sweaty and stinkery. Bro, when I was getting fingered at my OB office yesterday, I was so sweaty. It was so hot in that room. There was like no AC in that room. And I told her, I'm like, bro, my thighs are so sweaty. And she was like, it's so weird. It's so like hot in these upper rooms. But when we go to the back, it's so cold. I'm like, can we fucking go to the back? Like, Jesus Christ, my thighs are going to stick to this paper. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I hate when they like do like exams or when you need your cooter cat out for anything because like, all right, just scooch on down to the end of the table for me. All right, just scooch again, and you're like fucking like lifting up your ass and like smooching it down and like, okay, and a little bit more, just a little lower for me. I'm like, bruh. Hi, Deadpool. How are you? This weekend I need to work on off-kai graphics for all the meet and greets. There's gonna be a lot of them. Kyokoro and I are gonna be doing one together. I don't know if I was allowed to say that yet. I'm pretty sure. Ugh! I just got juice in my eye. No worries. Have a good day at work. I don't know, Queens, you tell me. I'm her emotional support cat. Maury is going to be at Off-Kai in person. He's really skinny, so feed him when he's there. And I'm going to give him little stickers to give out to people. Because he's going to be carrying me around on an iPad. So if people come up to say hi, he's going to have a little sticker pack to give out. with like me in the bathing suit and the little floaty, all the things that Uyu did. Because she said I could make stickers and give them out like for free, you know, like not sell them. I don't have commercial rights. But yeah. Yes, bull. We still have to like set up all the logistics of everything. At first we wanted it to be like really nice, but Maury did not do a great job at saving for Offkai. So we weren't able to like invest in anything to make it like nice. But yeah. So it'll just be a pretty old iPad, so we'll have like backup batteries, charger stuff, thingy mabobs. But then I'll also be doing like a legitimate meet and greet as well with our culture. Hi, Kana. Yeah, Maury's like, I'm not really gonna spend a lot of money when he's like, there's nothing really there I want to buy, so it's okay that I didn't save up. I'm like, yeah, but you need to save for like the fact that you're not gonna be working for like a week. Like save for the bills, you know? He's like, I'll just go to Walmart and get like a pack of ramen and just eat ramen all weekend. I'm like, okay, buddy. Hi, Mio. How are you? And maybe I will fix my model before. Maybe I'll set up my updated model before the meet and greet. 2 years. Why are you
2
being
years
wholesome?
today. Crying face emoji. Wow, time flies when you're with the best person ever. Peach, I'm so glad I stumbled upon you and this great community. More years to come, haha. Peachuri heart.
Cam, just think, if I would have gotten pregnant when you joined, my baby would be 2 already. Hi, Sora. Thank you for the 2 years. I'm just saying. Okay, I think 2-year-olds aren't really terrible. Like, I know that's the saying. You know what I mean, Quantum. Oh, Irene. Oh. Thank you for the lyric. Hi, Targo. Hi. I love Targo. Targo, have you ever seen the show Bluey? The kids cartoon?
Peachuri love.
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know who's live right now. Targo, have you seen Bluey? I have been watching a lot of that. I like Bluey, I'm not gonna lie. We were watching Bluey at my parents' house because my niece was watching it, and like the dad was talking. I'm like, oh my god, Maury, it's Targo. And he's like, huh? And I'm like, it's an Australian show. He has an Australian accent. He's like, you see, he was like thinking. He's like, Targo's not Australian, is he? And I'm like, I was like, no, you idiot. I was making a joke. What the fuck? He's like, oh, okay. I was like, he's from New Zealand, right? I'm like, yeah, but it's the same accent. Like, it's all the same. Yeah, I don't know how old that, well, he's a dad, so I guess he's got to be of age. All I gotta say is he's on my Hear Me Out cake. Smash. I did find out that Bluey and the younger one are both girls. I didn't know that. I thought Bluey was a boy. Bluey and Bingo. I know it's not the same. I say it just to harass Targo. It's just my thing. I'm sure he hates it. Bingo makes me fucking cry, bro. There's this episode where she finds a leaf that's like a bug. And she's like, why would a leaf need to have legs? And she's like, Dad, come look at this leaf with legs. And she's like, Dad, come look. And he doesn't hear her, and so it flies away. And she's like, bye, Mr. Leaf. And then so later that night, she's crying in her bed. Like, I wanted you to come look at the bug, but you didn't come. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. And I was crying because it's so sad. But bro, those kids in all those episodes are always crying. I'm like, I think they all have depression. Like, Jesus Christ. My mom's like, they're kids. They cry a lot. I'm like, so do I. I'm not a kid, but I have depression. Speaking of, I need to make a therapy appointment. Anyway, hi, T-Dog. Why did Maury just send me an invite on my phone to play 8-ball with him right now? What the fuck? He knows I'm live. He was in here. I'll do it. Let's see. Let's see here. This is why I need another phone. Oh, wait, I go first? Why is his character a girl and mine's a boy? Yippee! Oh my god, nothing went in. Yeah, you get like one phone that doesn't actually have like data or like cellular, you know? Calibrate. So you could just like goof off with it. Bruh. Oh, there's a baby in there. Oh my god. After I got fisted, my pussy hurt so bad. Between them scraping off my cervix and fisting me, it hurt. Literally, like, I was laying on the couch, and I was like, oh my god. My, like, whole vagine hurts. They were digging in me, I'm new to it. They gave it 160 streak. Are you ready to play this game I've never played before, but Bruce got it for me, so I'm gonna give it a go? Bro, I had to wake up. Sorry, I almost gagged. I had to wake up for a 7 a.m. meeting to meet with some people in the UK at work, and I didn't tell them that, like, they don't know I'm, like, not many people at my job know I'm pregnant, so they didn't know that they were making me wake up 2 hours early for a meeting. And I was like, after the meeting, I should be like, I'm pregnant, by the way, so thanks for making me wake up 2 hours earlier than I should have. Like, I just have all this energy to spare. All this spare energy. Like, I don't need sleep. But I didn't. I should have. It was funny. I feel like they would have felt really bad, though. And then I'd feel bad. I'm so... Hello, sleep. I'm just a baby. My little pony. I don't actually sing, by the way. That was just me. Please don't think I legitimately care about singing. Just kidding. I'm gonna become a singing streamer. The Bajunga. Hi, Astra. Karaoke stream. Why can't you see anything? Like this. It's called The Beginner's Guide. I like this song. Whoa! Hi, Latte. Oh, yeah? Hi, Lena. Ah! Ah! My retinas! Okay! Go to any other screen!
Hi there.
Literally?
Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now these games mean
Bro.
Coda in early 2009 at a time
I'll
when I
save your
was
guys' eyes.
really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just
Hi, Golden.
Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
What is happening?
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Oh my god, please, not again. Ah! Okay.
Whisper machine active. Shift to structure imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
I'm evacuating. Wait, which way am I going? Run in.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Oh shit, fuck!
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Oh.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh.
But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I did it.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
What's that? What are the holes? Oh.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
Cover it with my boobies.
Could you give yourself?
Yippee!
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. Yippee! Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Ivy, you're thick. Back room. The past was behind her. I can't move. I can only jump.
So try walking backwards.
Oh.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
He gave up on me. He's like, this bitch is not getting it. But the
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
I'm not good at reversing cars. Can you tell? But the future's always behind her. Yeah. How will she find the strings? Front it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
How much would you pay for that game? Oh god. Oh god, I don't like this. You are now entering. Entering what? The uterus? Okay.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Oh. Why does it feel like I'm going slower?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Surprise! Birthday party. You are a gate.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games. Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow
key in
climb
one
to
game
get
locks
there.
a door in a completely separate game. Ready, set, fish. Is that the is this the fishing game that everyone's been playing?
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot. So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Why are we modifying his game? Oh, shit balls.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player.
I'm too hormonal
So
for
if
this,
your
I
role
think.
here is not to understand, then what?
I wish I could make him.
What is it?
Yeah, save them. Ah! Yippee! You are now exiting. Oh.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. there's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them.
You're not balding anymore?
And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Can't talk to me about balding. It's something I'll like obsess about. No, Quantum, stop! The great and lovely descent. I don't know, I like to talk about balding for some reason. Wow, this hurts my eyeballs.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh, see, I'm fine. Yep. What's this? What is this? What is that? Oh. Ivy Wivy screaming. Oh god. No. Nope. Nah! Ah! Okay.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay, sorry.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Now what? Coda's still alive? Oh my god, the 3 dots. Oh my god, the gaping holes. Oh yeah. Oh. The glory holes, boys.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
You there, did you come from up
Here,
above?
Coda begins using
there?
a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, it was an enormous prison I spent hours in. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Then you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before I came here. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how you got to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. Heidi. must think harder, please. Try to remember. It's so important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think harder? There must be something more. I don't know how to make it not. It's not like separated. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No, I've been right here this whole time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the blank space in the middle. What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if I have any suspicion, what you find won't be worth what it takes to get there. You'll have another chance to solve it soon. Yippee!
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Hi, Ash. Hello?
It's a lamppost.
Oh.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
Who is
It's going to
Coda?
appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
I want to meet them.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no
It's not a
clear
real
purpose.
guy?
And maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're gonna see it in the work as well. His games are just gonna become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
It's a chunky girl. Mama's chunky girl. I felt so connected to Coda, but he's not real. I've never played Stanley Parable. Is he also in that? Ivy, you're so thick. Game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Oh my god, it's like that one game we played. Oh, nice room. Not. Oh my god, Ivy's here. Oh my god, Ivy's here. Oh, she's so thick. She's so thick. Look at this baby. Look at Ivy. Look. You're so thick. Are you purring? You're gonna sniff the microphone. Oh yeah, sniff that microphone. Yeah, rub your face all on it. I love you so much. Can I leave a note?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic.
Hey!
But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is gonna happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me,
Wait,
they
is
convey
something
a sense
extra
of
gonna happen if I
loneliness.
read them all?
I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express
There's
them
way too many.
except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through
Get
your
over there.
work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection.
How do I get over
I felt
there?
as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
How do you get to these? I'm so confused. Oh, here we go. Hey, Chris. I'm okay, how are you? Butt ass butt. Okay, but I don't know how to get to all the other ones. Connect? A free t-shirt! I would like very much to be tired. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. Shh, don't bother. You can go in here, I think. No. Graduates just, I don't really know where to go with this. That's a quick way to get banned to even ask that, to be honest. Yeah, when you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. This is where I get off. Wait, what? I failed to write anything here. I am compelled. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Take my hand, let's jump together. Cabbage shapes our nation. What is that painting? Does that matter if you ever get over there? Hey, don't talk about me that way. What? Very good game. I love that he just wrote all these. I think I'm not, wait, I think this is not going anywhere. Next time I will do better. I need someone to talk to. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. Stop faking it. I don't fake it. Every gasm is real. Today I learned you cannot fall off. Ethical. I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. Devil Tower Star. What the fuck? Well done, all of you. Painting, what does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. Art. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Help, I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. From up here, it looks just like dots. Cabbage shapes our nation. Yeah, but I don't think I will because I couldn't get all the ones in the other place. We will all die someday. Hi, Heidi. Who are all of you? Stop pretending you are other people. Spoilers, this doesn't mean anything. Devil Tower Star. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Heidi, I got fisted yesterday. Maybe I'll feel real someday. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. My midwife fisted. There must be a reason for it, though. Terrible secret. He kept it well. I beat the game. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
Scared of writing
And
something,
here,
don't want to feel
I'll tell you
judged.
what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Final issue.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Fuck. They see me typing. Penis! Hi, son.
Okay, this one is
Bruce,
tough.
I'm playing the game you
It's
got
gonna
me.
kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
You have to become super skinny and slide through here.
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else.
I started to develop feelings for
Here's
Coda, and then I was
version 2.
told he's not real. Okay, version 2. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV with a surround sound? The wall, well, along the wall, put a huge picture of a horse. Oh god, let's do a picture of a horse. What? That's not a horse! Hi, Lou. Pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Show me your pee-pee!
So, okay,
Show me
he
your
throws it out and
Peter!
starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. Guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click on it slightly. Huh! Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and turn it back on. Now go to the left side sofa, move it over a bit. Finally touch the shelves. That's it, and a real prison escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. It hurts.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be
upside down.
But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Here's the baby being born.
Yeah.
Cool, have you missed that noise?
Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Ugh!
Meow.
Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I said I kind of miss being in the prison. Why? Was there anything about it that you felt good about? Being here sucks. True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. I do that too, I guess. But is this just how I'm going to be forever? I'd really like to change that. Maybe. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, just talk to me for a bit. What? That will free me? How does that work? It will make sense. Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. Will you be here? I will be here for as long as you need. Oh!
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay.
I think, oh, it'd be nice to have a peach stream every once in a while when you were gone. Hearing the meows makes me remember. Oh, okay.
Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
It'd be like, hey, sexy, how are you today? I heard you like making games. You want to play a game with
To me, this
Mommy?
environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Is that blood? Who was drinking squid ink? Oh shit. Clean. Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games.
Are we cleaning this whole
including
place?
this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work.
I wish I
this
could read it,
particular
and he
game
wasn't
took 2
talking over
months to
me.
create as a result.
That's the story, little one. Oh, don't you worry now. We'll be through this mess in no time. I promise you'll wish there was more. Why don't I finish up here? In the meantime, you could please clear the table. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, could you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Why is the music so loud? While you're in there, why don't you straighten up the rug a bit? All the little details matter. It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. This line of work, you let go of those judgments pretty fast. May not be your apartment, but something in your life needs straightening up. You think you've got nothing that needs cleaning? Be careful, because that means it's everything. Any rate, my place is just to see a bit of peace brought here. Thinking of which, the pals one's couch are a wreck. Would you come out and straighten them up? Yeah. There you go. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there? Yeah, I got the squid ink. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Oh. Calibrate. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Is this you, Pool? Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? What the fuck is he doing? Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? Yeah, thank you for the lark. No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Are still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clean these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it
chores
sit
ever end?
and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Smooth out the rug in the bedroom.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to
Looks
come
like
over
the tub has
and
gotten
look at
rather
it.
dirty.
This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a
Remember when I
constant
said
smile
I had
on
a
his
really
face.
cheesy thought? I was gonna say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Huh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway. So, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Okay, I'd love to keep doing this over and over. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
You'll probably get crucified. By a bot. Question.
But,
Do you
of
enjoy
course,
this?
it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Does he mean that figuratively or literally? Bye forever, Heidi.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Items
This
you love
one
at
gets a
members only
bit goofy.
prices. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful, I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It's so easy. It is
About
so
halfway
easy.
through the game, the
Being
perspective
perfect
shifts.
is effortless. April.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh. Kids should not follow their dreams. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. What happens if I do them all bad? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Just kidding. Holy shit, you guys. Something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you.
I fell pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Bum, bum, bum. I keep
This
trying
one
to do
took a
the
lot
thing.
longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
It's hard. Ah! Okay. All right, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you start out leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across this room. In this chair, it's a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on and say something to her. Hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them represent the people nearby. I'm gonna touch them. Now talk to her again. What are some sacrifices you had to make? You're messing it all up again! What? You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh. Was there no right answers? The game's over? Okay. Like, more? Uh-oh. Prison again. Oh, okay. Okay, yes.
The game ends with this.
Now this is working. This is what it was
what's
like.
going to happen next in Coda's life.
Go to
The
jail?
solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just
great.
becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Wow. Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Do I have to? What's, help, I'm blind! Please, tell me how to solve this! Oh. Am I going to be killed by a giant door? What's going on? Oh, what's going on?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Wait, yeah, I was.
And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh. Help, I'm blind! I have to tell the truth. I can't keep making these. Yep, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore.
I'm out of ideas.
And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Can't figure out
Here
how to
was the
say
point in my
thing.
relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I'm alone? Aw, I'm gonna be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Loading. 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 Where am I? Oh, we're in Elden Ring. Where did this island come from? Yippee! Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. Oh. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There's a machine that kept me going and it stopped. The pussy. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. Can I go down here? I can take you to it, but there's a
If
problem.
the last game featured Coda talking
Guided by
explicitly about
difficult
his
puzzle.
creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was.
What kind of coffee?
He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet. And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
I'll press the switch here. Oh, that was so
You
simple.
can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay. Making games is simple. Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Keep saying that creation is easy. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Yes, that's wonderful.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Every time I make something, I feel better about
I was
myself.
watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games
Hi,
are
Belle.
not worth this amount of suffering.
Please, where's the machine?
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
The sacrifices I made for my work are worth 100%
I
of
don't
the
know.
time. Yes.
This is what I felt at the
More.
time.
Keep
I don't
going.
know how else to explain it.
I will be saved by my work.
I wanted it to stop more than
Incredible.
anything.
That's
I never
it.
felt so rotten.
I'm free.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Abby.
But it didn't stop.
Oh.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The machine. Guard. Yippee-ki-yay. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be brutal. Very good. Be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. Calls itself Coda. Hi, Riley. Skibbity. Beep, beep, beep.
And of course,
Stopped.
it's the machine.
I'm okay. How are you? You stopped feeding us. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. No? Nothing? Alright, Alright, then I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. Gibbity toilet. Go. My friends! It falls to me to deliver bad news. The machine refuses to admit it deliberately hurt us. This is not important. We're stronger than it thinks we are. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me. We'll destroy everything that the machine has created. Yeah! Woo! You like that? Coda, I'll make sure you're known forever. I don't know how, but... Is that what you're scared of? Exposed to the view of others to see every day forever?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Oh, shoes was not turning white.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
We just gotta spank them. Put down your weapon. Oh.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
Wait, I can't put it down.
'Cause it's the
I
thing
kinda
that
should.
I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling.
Keep going?
It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Take a quick gander together. We can take a little gander together, yeah?
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Ow.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
That screen hurt my eyes too much.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Oh.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Excuse me, I showered.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't
Bustin' fat nuts.
fix the
Hi.
problem.
Welcome. How are you?
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Yeah.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
The 3 glory holes.
And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
Oh.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
What?
It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Wait, that's sad. Wait, I'm hormonal. Free, I'm about to cry because this game just made me really sad. And I'm really hormonal. Why is this so sad? I'm actually crying. I'm pregnant and hormonal. Maybe it's not this sad for everyone, but why does it seem so sad? Oh. No, I'm crying. That made me sad.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I'm crying. Do most people cry at this game, or am I just really hormonal?
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Bruh, I didn't know this game was gonna make me so sad. I would read these, but if I read them, I'm gonna cry more. So you gotta read them yourself.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up, if I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again, and I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
I just have tears running down my face.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm really hormonal, so I'm crying about a game that maybe isn't as sad as I feel it is, but it seems really sad. But a lot of stuff makes me cry.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Bro, I'm gonna beat Bruce's ass. I would have never played this if he wouldn't have gotten it for me. I've never even heard of it before. My eyes burn. Like, you feel bad for both of them. It makes me really sad.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Baby's good. Was head banging on the last ultrasound.
What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Bruh. I don't think my heart was ready for this. It seemed like such just like a little goofy game the whole time, and now it's not. Good night, sleep well. It seemed so goofy. I didn't think it was gonna be so like deep. And I feel so bad for both of the characters. Like, having felt both ways, like fucking up so bad and being so helpless that you can't fix something, but also like not having the right to be able to fix it anyway. My heart hurts. Damn. No, it's the fucking laser, bro. Like, he has to sacrifice him. Everybody. And then the floating, because you're so small in this world, bro. That's so fucked up. That's fucked up. I don't have any tissues. My eyes burn.
Turn back.
What the fuck is art?
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
Bruh. Man. Man. What are these reviews like? Oh, there's a bad review. And they were funded. Like it drags on. Someone recommended it and said swag. A lot of people evidently were sad by this, so I feel less hormonal. At least. Damn. Well, I was expecting to cry on this fine Friday. It's all Bill's fault! I'm gonna send Bruce a message because he asked me to tell him what I feel about how I felt about it after. Say, Bruce, you little motherfucker. Bruce. Fucking bitch. Like, game made me cry my eyes out. I'm so depressed. My heart hurts. My eyes burn. I thought it was a goofy little game. And it was so sad. You little. I cried more in this game, granted hormonal. I cried more in this game than I cried playing Stray. I did cry while playing Stray. I just don't feel like I cried this much. Stray was quite sad. But I think this one was more relatable because, you know, I'm not like a cat that made friends with a little robot thing, you know? Whereas this one, it was like, it was more relatable and human-esque, you know? Like, I've never been a stray cat. Bruce said, I'm sorry. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. He said, I'm sorry. I was like, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for the game. Bruh. But I'm sending you my next therapy bill. That was good. It was short. Which, you know, it ended at a good time because I'm nauseous. And I'm an old lady. And I'm tired.
Hey, meow, 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 meow.
So we can raid Kyokoro. Thoughts? Playing Rim Job game. I'm gonna lay on the couch and watch some Gossip Girl. Maybe try pooping again. Take my medicine. Gossip Girl. XOXO Gossip. Make sure you guys give Q Coral a love. Awesome. Thank you for the follow. Copy the raid message. We're gonna raid Q Coral. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna try to stream again tomorrow. She is doing a partner push, so make sure you lurk in her channel if you can. It would help a lot. But refresh her URL thingy when we go there, so your view counts towards the thing, you know? But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm gonna try to stream again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna play. There is a new game where you're like a sock puppet in court that I'm very interested in that I might play. But I'll see you guys tomorrow if I stream. I'm gonna try if I'm feeling okay. Okay, have fun. Good night. Goodbye forever. See you guys later. Give Q a lot of love because I love Kyo. She's my sister wife. We scissor. Bye.